Welcome back, everybody, to my birthday special for CraigS1996Entertainment, in which we're going to be playing Jeopardy. And let's see how it goes, shall we?
This is Jeopardy!
Let's play Jeopardy!
Here are the categories.
For the Jeopardy round, the categories are mythology, nicknames, folk songs, U.S. states, soul food, and finally, anatomy. Anatomy 100.
The answer is
You have two of these joints where an iliac bone unites with the sacrum. What is a sacroiliac? Anatomy 200.
the answer is
The main function of these teeth is biting. What are the molars? Wrong. See if Sue knows this one any better than I do. The incisors, okay. I wanted to say that, but I didn't think that was right.
the answer is
Mammy's little baby loves it. What is shortening bread? Soul food for two.
the answer is
Also called ground nuts or goobers. What are peanuts? Soul food for 300.
the answer is
A fried fritter named for the hungry dog at Hush. What's a hush puppy?
the answer is
Hominy and grits are both made of this grain. What is corn?
the answer is
Southern pancake grain or a little rascal. What is buckwheat? Very good.
the answer is
Even with your eyes shut, you can tell which way is up from your sense of balance in this organ. What is the inner ear?
the answer is
Unlike your fingers, the thumb has only this number of phalanges. What is one? Wrong. Two.
the answer is
The Russians sold it to Seward at 2 cents an acre. What is Alaska? U.S. States 200. It contains the highest and lowest spots in the lower 48 states, only 106 miles apart. What is California?
the answer is
It was part of Massachusetts until it became our 23rd state. What is Maine?
the answer is
Whenever it wants to, the state can legally break up into 5. What is Texas? U.S. State's 300, or for 500, I mean, excuse me.
The answer is.
State first set aside for the Indians for as long as grass shall fall and rivers flow. What is Oklahoma?
The answer is.
Along with the tarsal glands, these other glands provide lubrication for the eye. What are the lacrimal glands? I'll take folk songs.
The answer is.
Bill Monroe told the blue moon of this state to keep on a-shining. What is Kentucky?
The answer is.
They were lovers, oh lordy, how could they love? But the song's about a fight. Aww. Beat to the buzzer. Frankie and Johnny. I knew it.
The answer is.
In many versions, the second verse of this protest song starts, "We'll walk hand in hand." What is "We shall overcome"?
The answer is.
Whoopie-tie-yo, get along, little doggies. You know that this state will be your new home. What is Wyoming?
The answer is.
In Clementine, this numerical phrase describes the minor. What is 49er?
The answer is.
A complex man, loved mom, killed dad. Who is Oedipus?
The answer is.
January was named for this two-faced god. Who was Janus?
The answer is.
The goddess of victory, now the name of a major athletic shoe company. Oh! Phooey. Nike. Yep, I knew it. Oh well.
The answer is.
When this actor was a child, he was nicknamed after his dog, Duke. Who's John Wayne? Nicknames 200, please.
The answer is.
Mighty man at the bat or engineer John Jones. Who's Casey?
The answer is.
The Robin Hood of modern crime, Simon Templar. Ooh. I have a gut instinct on this one. Oh, it's the Saint. Okay, I wouldn't have been right.
The answer is.
The shape of the original Coke bottle and the World War II life preserver were named for her. Who was Mae West?
The answer is.
Nickname of gangster Benjamin Siegel, but his friends never called him it. Ah, come on, Rob. I knew that one. Bugsy.
The answer is...
The only god in common to the Greeks, the Romans, and NASA. What is Apollo? Yeah, last clue.
The answer is...
Sister of Orestes, mourning became her. Electra. So I'm in the lead with $7,200, and Rob and Sue are tied at $1,200 apiece. Let's go to Double Jeopardy.
Here are the categories.
Famous quotes, holidays, fine china, TV trivia, art, and finally, world capitals. All right. Let's get going. TV trivia 200.
The answer is...
He's smarter than the average bear. Who's Yogi Bear? TV trivia 400.
The answer is...
He was Samantha's Uncle Arthur in the Center Square on Hollywood Squares. Who's Paul Lynde?
The answer is...
Call letters aired by Venus Flytrap and Dr. Johnny Fever. What are WKRP?
The answer is...
Primates played by Nesmith, Jones, Torque, and Dolans in a 60 series. Who are the monkeys?
The answer is...
City that was the original home of American Bandstand. Aw, Rob, you locked me out. Philadelphia. Uh-huh.
The answer is...
The anatomy lesson of Dr. Tulp was this Dutch master's first large-scale portrait. Ah! Locked out on the buzzer again. Oh, but Sue doesn't have a clue! Who's Rembrandt? Art 400.
The answer is...
Marcel Duchamp put a fake mustache on this famous portrait. What's the Mona Lisa? I'll take, art for 600.
The answer is...
King Tut's tomb door and Oriental ballet and Cubism led to this art style in the 1920s. What is Art Deco?
The answer is...
Somber Spanish artist famous for the 2nd of May and its sequel, the 3rd of May. Who is Francisco Goya? And art for 1,000.
The answer is...
To distinguish himself from his father, Bernardo, Giovanni Canal saw his works this way. What is Canaletto? Good. I'll take Fine China, famous quotes rather, 200.
The answer is...
Joseph Heller wrote, there was only one catch, and that was this. What is catch 22?
The answer is.
Of the RAF, he said, never was so much owned by so many to so few. Winston Churchill.
The answer is.
Though Delfoy was first produced in this country, it's also made in England. Ah. Locked out on the buzzer again. Netherlands, I knew that one. Sue's going to go all in on this clip. In 1986, Brazil's first conference of street urchins was held in this capital, and it's Brasilia. There you go, Sue.
The answer is.
The trademark of the Meissen porcelain factory is two of these weapons. Cross. What are swords? World capitals for 400.
The answer is.
Edvard Munch bequeathed his works of art to this Norwegian capital, which built a museum to display them. What is Oslo? World capitals for 600.
The answer is.
The whites of 10,000 eggs were used to make the bridge of eggs in this Peruvian capital. What is Lima? World capitals 800.
The answer is.
Most of the city's inhabitants are Serbs. What is Belgrade?
The answer is.
This ancient city, the Pearl of the Orient, has an archbishop named Cardinal Sin. Manila, which is in the Philippines.
The answer is.
Americans of Italian descent have made this their equivalent of St. Patrick's Day. What is Columbus Day?
The answer is.
Though we love his February Day, he's been taken off the calendar of saints. Who is Valentine? Okay.
The answer is.
The eve of All Saints Day. What is Halloween? Holidays and observances 800.
The answer is.
Round loaves called dead men's bread are sold on the Day of the Dead in the Central American country. What is Mexico? And holidays and observances for 1000.
The answer is.
Missouri observes this president's birthday on May 8th. Who's Harry Truman? Very good. Famous quotes for 6.
The answer is.
I am escaped with the skin of my teeth, said this biblical paragon of patience. Job.
The answer is.
In 1757, the Sevres China factory named a new collar, not a new hairstyle, for this mistress of Louis XV, who is Madame de Pompadour. All. First name Nickname shared by the great 18th century potters Spode and Wedgwood. What is Josiah?
The answer is
English county famed for its colorful figurines and muscular terriers. What is Staffordshire? Good.
the answer is
Bishop Sheen said these unbelievers have no invisible means of support. What are atheists?
the answer is
Greek philosophers said, get a good wife, you'll be happy. Get a bad one, you'll be a philosopher. It was Socrates. So at the end of the double Jeopardy round, 38,200 is what I have. Rob 4,200, Sue 3,400. Fictional characters category. Alice in Wonderland character named after the town in which Lewis Carroll was born.
the final Jeopardy answer is
It's the Cheshire Cat, so I end up with $38,283. See y'all for the next game.